James May. Ready?
Hang on. The Spitfire.
Yes.
It was the Hurricane that won the Battle of Britain.
Well, it just wasn't.
No, it just was. There were far more...
We're not talking about hurricanes anymore. I do think we should find out how fast it goes round the Ebola drone.
Good start.
That's the extraordinary thing, how well it drives on the road, because it's all like that. Anyway, that's the top 10 of our leaderboard, and there's the Jag waiting to see where it goes on. Or does it indeed get onto that list at all? Let's find out. Let's move it up.
Ooh. Yeah. Hang on a minute. It's faster than a GT3 RS. Good God.
I tell you, that is a really properly good car, that. It is the Spitfire of cars.
Hurricane.
Don't leave it.
It was the Hurricane.
Hold, leave it, hold, hold, steady, and relax, and carry on.
Tonight, we are finding out, is this right? Tonight, we are finding out how the new breed of European pickup trucks would fare in the developing world. And we've learned that the Volkswagen is the best of the lot.
No, we didn't learn that.
Well, we did. It was the fastest and it was the most powerful.
Yeah, but that's not actually terribly relevant if you're in a country where there are more AK-47s than ambulances, is
Yes,
it, really?
but whatever, OK? Whatever. So far, we've seen what happens when the peace ends and the dictator is toppled and chaos ensues. And now we pick up the story with what typically happens after that. OK, here's the situation. There's a power vacuum now. Foreign armies are pouring in, and it's our job to get this fuel to the nation's helicopter.
And then the villagers can be strafed.
Really?
That's what happens.
To that end, we have got to go from here to this forward operating base. And the first one there is the winner.
Me, then. Having saddled up, we waited for the sound to charge. And then, naturally, all set off in different directions.
Yeah. If I go through here... Oh, yeah. I am racing a pickup truck off-road in Wales to refuel a helicopter. I am racing a pickup truck off-road in Wales to refuel a helicopter. Go. Coming up, I am racing a pickup truck off-road in Wales to refuel a helicopter. I have the... Oh my God! Oh my word! Oh, I am erect!
Down here and right. This test, if you think about it, it is rather pertinent that we are filming this in the UK because a couple of years when Brexit has really caught up with us, there will be a civil war and you will need pickup trucks to survive. No. The grip from the four-wheel drive system and the wider track and the Michelin Cup really caught up with us. There will be a civil war and you will need pickup trucks to survive. Go. The grip from the four-wheel drive system and the wider track and the Michelin... Aha!
I think if I can get through this gap in the wall, I save having to drive all the way around the end of it. Here I come. Oh, I have a compass. This is a piece of cake. Now we're alone, viewers, I will admit I'm not feeling entirely confident about this. 2.3-litre engine in my Mercedes is... Oh, I have a compass. This is a piece of cake. Go! Now we're alone, viewers, I will admit I'm not feeling entirely confident about this. 2.3-litre engine in my Mercedes is very robust. It will last for 1,000 years. But it's not what you'd call powerful. There might be a few aerodynamic issues as well. But anyway, I'm going to go in D on the basis that Mercedes knows better than me. I have been clever. Rubbish. Oh, I have a compass. This is a piece of cake. Away. Now we're alone, viewers, I will admit I'm not feeling entirely confident about this. 2.3-litre engine in my Mercedes is very robust. Oh, I have a compass. This is a piece of cake. There we go. Now we're alone, viewers, I will admit I'm not feeling entirely confident about this. 2.3-litre engine in my Mercedes is very robust. It will last for 1,000 years. It's not what you'd call powerful. There might be a few aerodynamic issues as well. But anyway, I'm going to go in D on the basis that Mercedes knows better than me. Oh no! Rubbish!
Don't think that this Amarok is really designed for freedom fighters in Africa and the Middle East. I think it's aimed more at surveyors in England. I mean, it's got a laptop charging point here and a leather steering wheel. I'm sure you need that kind of thing in Mogadishu.
Need to go west, west, southwest for a bit, but avoiding that clump of trees.
No way! You're not coming through. Oh no!
Let's do this. I'm now in the lead. I'm doing winning. Go. That was stupid. Oh. I'm now in the lead. I'm doing winning. Go. Oh, good. Well done, Hammond. Thank you.
No, that's the compound. Damn it!
There's the helicopter, and once again, the Amarok is victorious.
Is that barrel gonna...
What on earth?
I'm probably not going to get my freedom fighter badge now, am I, for that?
What happened?
Well, him! And any minute now, he's going to claim he won this one as well.
He did win it.
Oh, yeah. That looks like success.
We were told to deliver fuel.
We weren't told to detonate the nation's helicopter. Look at it!
What is the budget for our show?
Smaller than it was.
Yeah, not big enough.
That's an expensive thing.
Yeah,
It's a helicopter.
There are no cheap helicopters.
Apart from that one now. It's beyond useless, isn't it? It's something else.
Great
Oh,
truck.
don't pat it.
It's a good truck. If you have to have a pickup truck at a time of strife in your country, this is proving to be the winner at everything. I may have prevented the war.
How have you prevented the war?
Well,
the helicopter was there to stop the war by strafing the uprising villages, and now it can't do.
It is inevitable in the developing world that one day all pickup trucks end up being used as gun platforms.
Yeah, it's their destiny.
to die on the battlefield.
Yeah, I mean, every day you turn... Dogs of war.
Not scared. The spaniel of war is what it is.
Away! I have been clever. This is just brilliant. Oh, I shouldn't feel so good, but it does. I'm winning. Easy. Yes! I have been clever. I'm winning. Easy. Oh, I shouldn't feel so good, but it does. This is just brilliant. I have been clever. This is just brilliant. I have been clever.
Rambo May had missed all the barn doors, all of the bus, and all of the soldiers. So, with a score of 0 to beat, Arnold Hammondenegger was feeling very confident.
Stand up.
I am standing up.
Oh, he loves that.
Welcome to Richard Hammond's usual weekend.
We're off. I shall be victorious. It is mighty. Oh, I will this. Oh, yeah. Thank you. That is just the best. Brilliant. Oh, I was born to... I shall be victorious. Brilliant. This. Yeah. Brilliant. That is just... It is mighty.
I had a bit of gun trouble, I'll not lie.
Well, here's some more news.
Yes?
General Stonewall Clarkson has gone off to get ready, but I suddenly remembered. Remember when we were in Jordan?
Yeah.
He can't fire automatic rifles.
No.
Do you remember?
Because it's crossed over, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's right-handed,
Yeah.
but left-eyed.
Yeah, so he
shoots from his left side,
Exactly, he's diagonal.
which means all the spent cartridges burn his arm.
Exactly.
Well, he'll be using a pistol, won't he? He always uses a
Yes.
pistol.
Actually, I wasn't using a pistol. That's what I've got, a 50 cal. Lock and load. Yeah, load. Absolutely spectacular. That is very nicely done indeed. I was very brave doing that. I did skillful work. Behold my genius! Yes, yes. It's staggering. Right. Noise. Looking good. Neat move. Oh, that's tidy. This is absolutely brilliant. Look at me. I say that's rather good. I was very brave. I think it's very good so far. Excellent. Oh. How clever is this? Skillful work. Yes!
What?
Another victory.
How'd you work that out?
I hate to tell you this, but you haven't hit the doors, which were the target.
How do you know I haven't hit the doors?
Because there's no... Well,
well, on that terrible disappointment for him, time to go back to the tent.
No. Don't clap. Don't clap. He killed a man.
You jammed an AK-47.
Well-
It's famously unjammable. No one in history has ever jammed one until you came along.
Yes, it overheated.
That's because you were firing it into the air pointlessly when you set off.
That's what they're for. Weddings, funerals, exam results. You go outside, fire AK in the air. It's a joyous thing. They are the party popper of the developing world.
so never mind all that. I have the scores.
This is the
final
important
scores.
bit.
Jeremy Clarkson, you fired 2,600 rounds. And the number of targets you hit was 1.
You laugh, but it's one more than him.
It is.
It is one more than you, so I'm winning.
Wait, so hang on. It all boils down to how many targets I hit.
Yes, but you had a roll bar to hang on to.
I did.
Yep, he did. And he scored
Yes.
0.
You really got nothing.
Yep.
That's it. OK, so after all of that, what is our conclusion, gentlemen?
Can we do a sensible one?
Yeah.
See, the thing is, that Mercedes Nissan you had, it did have a wobbly back end, and I just don't think that's good enough, actually, in a pickup truck. I really don't. The Volkswagen is very good, but pickup trucks are working tools, and it's just a bit too posh. You wouldn't want to get into it in muddy boots, so I don't think that will work.
So
really.
it's the Ford, then. It's the cheapest.
It is the cheapest, and it's, I think, the best looking, and it is actually the one I'd have.
You'd have the Ford?
Yeah,
So
and
we
you'd have
both
the
have
Ford.
the Ford.
Yeah.
We'd have the Ford. James, what would you have?
I wouldn't have a pickup truck.
Yes, I know, but in this test of pickup trucks, which one would you have? Which are you going for?
None of them. I wouldn't have one.
No, I know, but we're testing pickups, so which pickup truck of the 3 would you have?
I wouldn't have a pickup truck.
We've just spent, I don't know, 20 minutes reviewing these pickup trucks. The ladies and gentlemen would like to know which is the best.
Yes, I've come to a conclusion on behalf of the ladies and gentlemen, which is don't have a pickup truck.
James, you have a powerful imagination. Use it. Let's pretend. OK, come with me on a journey. We'll warm your imagination up. Imagine you're an eagle.
OK?
Visualise that you're flying over mountains. Can you feel it? Can you feel the wind in your feathers? It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
OK, now, imagine you've got a pickup truck. Which one is it?
Why would an eagle have a pickup
No!
truck?
No, I mean, imagine... OK, let's OK, imagine, James May, a pastoral scene. You got it? There's, like, rolling grassy hills, a few sheep around. You're a farmer. You're walking around with your dog at your heel there, sheep all around you.
Can I have Beethoven playing?
Beethoven is playing, obviously, live. There's an old 5-bar gate there. An old oak tree arches over the gate. And under the oak tree is your farmer's pickup truck. Which one is it?
It's not there. I wouldn't have a... Because I wouldn't have a pickup truck. Neither should anybody else. You shouldn't have a
Even
pickup
in your imagination.
My imagination does not admit a pickup truck. I'm not being stubborn. I know my mind.
Yes,
And I don't want a pickup truck.
And what I know is that you've wasted so much time not choosing a pickup truck and claiming that the Battle of Britain was a draw that we don't have time for the big celebrity duel between Adrian Charles and Howard from the Halifax ads.
Oh, no.
Exactly. And on that terrible disappointment, we must end. Thank you so much for watching. Good night. Get a bloody move on. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Welcome, and coming up in this week's show... Abby is sideways on ice in a 911 Turbo. Richard drives Jim Clark's beautiful Lotus 25. And I nearly fall over. Right, there's a new off-road four-wheel drive Lamborghini. It's called the Urus, and to find out if it's any good, I took the Grand Tour to Sweden, armed with some questions. Well, the Urus certainly looks like a jacked-up supercar. With its swivel-eyed styling, it appears to be every inch a Lamborghini. But is it? Turbochargers may be a little bit annoying on the road, but here they're giving with a low-down torque that I need to get up this hill. Oh, dearie me. Whoops. Oh, that was stupid. God, that looks tricky. Whoops. Oh, no. Ow. For God's sake. This is the first Lamborghini to use turbocharging and the first to have an automatic gearbox. And what that combination means is there's a very slight and rather un-Lamborghini-ish gap between putting your foot down and it getting going. And when it does get going, there are no screaming histrionics. Sure, there's a bit of popping and banging from the back. But you can't hear that inside, where everything is muted and refined. I can see the Pope in one of these. So, it's quiet and a bit hesitant. And it has snazzy diffs and a clever traction control system. And the biggest carbon brakes ever fitted to a road car. So it's safe as well. However, there's no getting around the fact that I'm currently driving on snow and ice in a car that has 641 horsepower rampaging around underneath its bonnet. Which means that actually, it's not that safe at all. There's no manual locking differentials. There's no low-range gearbox. All you can do... Which means that actually, it's not that safe at all. Go. There's no manual locking differentials. There's no low-range gearbox. All you can do is fire it up and then put the drive system into snow mode. means that actually it's not that safe at all.
There's no manual locking differentials. There's no low-range gearbox. All you can do is fire it up and then put the drive system into snow mode. It is quite scary through here. Quite carefully.
This car then, it sits right at the moment where excitement stops and terror begins. That is Lambo land, that is. Shit. So, the Urus looks and feels like a Lamborghini. It's also practical. The boot is massive. And inside, there's space for 5 6-footers. It's a nice place to be as well. And all that's great. Which leaves us with one more thing to answer. Is it a good laugh? What we've done is use a snowplow to create a racetrack on this frozen lake. And this is what we have planned. I'm going to try and overtake this, a four-wheel drive Porsche 911 Turbo, which is being driven by the Grand Tour's racing driver, Abby Eaton. Have you seen this crack?
I hadn't noticed that before.
Look at the
You're the heavier car, aren't you?
That's 2.4 tons, and I weigh half a ton. Are you not worried about that?
I haven't got my seatbelt on, so if it goes under, I can get out straight away.
Seriously?
Yep.
Before the duel began, I had a few practice laps on my own.
Go. Look at that for a tidy line. Oh God, that looks tricky. drive carefully. It is quite scary through here. Savage acceleration. Drive fast. Look at that for a tidy line. Be able to get as far up a ski slope as a Range Rover, but for doing this, it's better.
But would it be good enough to get past Abby in that Porsche?
There she is. There she is. Get a bloody move on.
Now we'd find out what's what on our specially designed trend.
Go. Make this car and those engineers had a good rummage in Volkswagen's past code. So the engine, the 4V8, is from the rear axle and air suspension is from a Volkswagen. The platform on which it sits and a lot of the dashboard is from so there's that thing. This is really unbelievable at all. Oh, dearie me. Speed is the answer. There we go, speed up again now. Come on, you can have her! Come on!
For lap after lap, the big, heavy Urus clawed at the rear end of the 911 Turbo.
Oh, God! Really? No!
But eventually, I had to admit defeat.
I can't get past that 911, and that's just an end of it. But I can keep up. And in an off-road car, that is fairly astonishing. It really is. Let's do this.
That was fun, yeah, nice day out.
I got paid for that.
That was a job.
That was work. Doing that is my work. It probably won't be the fastest off-road car in the world for very long, though, because both Aston Martin and Ferrari have got big SUVs coming out this year.
Yeah, whatever. Thing is, could you really tell people that you have a Urus? Because it...
Hurry up!
This time, though, the death sent shockwaves through the motorsport world because it had just lost the man who was unquestionably the greatest racing driver of his day, and who many argue is still the greatest of all time.
Jim Clark has died in an accident during a Formula 2 race in West Germany.
It was a terrible shock to everybody. It really knocked us all back. If there was anybody who was not going to have a fatal accident, it was Jim Clark.
Here we go!
Having cut his teeth in sports car racing in the late 50s, Clark's speed and talent was spotted by Lotus boss Colin Chapman, who signed him for his Formula One team in 1960.
Let's do this.
I am sitting where Jim Clark sat. Go! Oh, I'm slightly alarmed. Oh, for God's sake. Are you ready? This is electrifying! I am sitting where Jim Clark sat. Go! Oh, here we go, here we go. Try it now. Oh, yeah! Oh, God. Give me everything you've got. This is electrifying. These powerful cars. They only made 210 brake horsepower.
wasn't just fast on the straights, but quicker through the corners too.
Go! Watch this. Plenty of power, this is good. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, I was born to do this. Keep going. Unleash the beast. I shall be victorious. Oh yeah. Oh my God.
And in the 1963 season, Clark used it to win a record 7 out of the 10 Grand Prix.
Winner is Jim Clark. Nobody could possibly catch him now.
But 1963 was just a warm-up for what was to come. To get a true picture of Clark's genius, we must look at another year, 1965, when he hit heights no driver had reached before, or has done since. A modern Formula One driver does 21 races a year and often complains that's too many. In 1965, Jim Clark raced in 63 races.
Get a bloody move on.
Cars. And then if all that wasn't enough, he decided to
Here we go.
his Lotus Cortina and racking up touring car victories.
We're off. Come on, come on, come on. This is dangerous because of you. Yes! Wow. Oh, no. is really scary.
And on top of all that, there was America.
The Indianapolis 500 has been called the greatest spectacle in racing.
America's most prestigious race would be a tough challenge. Oval racing at higher average speed